Okay, here we go. Video 3, day 1. After this, lesson's done. Here we go. First part, lack of power and money. Now Congress can tax, now they can regulate commerce, now they can enforce laws. Well, the president does that. Second one, inability to direct policy and settle disputes. Now we got the president with the State of the Union. We got the Supremacy Clause. We got no nullification. And we got judicial review with that case of Marbury versus Madison. We went back and looked at the slide. Last problem. Here it goes. Rules too rigid. Under the Articles of Confederation, the rules were made way too rigid. And that way nothing could get done by design. The states were really afraid that the national government would get way too powerful and as a result, take away powers from the states. So here's what we did. First part, under the Articles, you needed 9 out of 13 states. 9 out of 13 states to pass a law. Now, simple majority in the House and the Senate. If you're a big-time Senate person and you understand the filibuster, great. You're going to do how a bill becomes a law next week. You'll get it then. But, problem, 9 out of 13, nothing gets done. Simple majority, things get done. Second problem under rules too rigid, the articles could not be changed unless all 13 states agreed. That's not going to work. Solution, I need you to write this down. You got to get this. Solution under the Articles of Confederation, under the Constitution. In order to propose an amendment, which means to suggest one, you need 2/3, right? 2/3 of both houses. Please write down and underline that both houses part because it can't just be one house. 2/3 of both houses to propose an amendment and 3/4 of the state's legislatures to ratify or approve an amendment. So 2/3 of both houses to propose or suggest an amendment, 3/4 of state legislatures to ratify or confirm or make it legal. We've only amended the Constitution 27 times. It's still hard, but not as hard as the Articles, where 0 amendments were added to the Articles of Confederation. For you visual people, really quickly, right? 2/3 of both houses of Congress to propose, 3/4 of state legislatures to ratify. Please just use those 2 at the top. Don't worry about the stuff under the or, right? Just those 2 at the top for my visual people. Just those 2 at the top, and nobody is ever going to ask you if the 21st Amendment got ratified. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Fun fact, right? The Articles of Confederation was not working. So they called the Constitutional Convention to amend the Articles, right? Or change them. You would need all 13 states to do that. That's why Rhode Island didn't show up. They were tired of being the little state. They were tired of being the smallest state. So what do? They stayed home because they thought they would be the most powerful state. But they weren't. Because when they got to the convention, instead of amending the articles, they decided to rewrite the articles. So Rhode Island went from being the most powerful, that 13th state, to absolutely insignificant because they weren't at the convention to rewrite. Cool thing. That's why they didn't show up. They wanted to be powerful. But they weren't. They were out. Okay. Review time. Laws. How were they passed under the Articles of Confederation? How were they passed under the Constitution? Amendments. How were they passed under the Articles of Confederation? Which state would be the most powerful under the Articles? Not now. How are they passed under the Constitution? What is a proposal? What is a ratification? What does it take to propose an amendment? What does it take to ratify an amendment? The chicken are my partners in class. Don't worry about it. Day 1 lesson done. Go take the quiz at the end of this. Turn that into your teacher. Piece of cake. You're going to nail it. I will see you for day 2. Out.